I have no idea. It's all share screen. Oh gosh, that's gone all pickety pop.
I'll mute again then.
Right, I think we may need to stay muted because you'll not be able to watch.
This one, the Peasants in the Open.
One hit.
Okay.
4.
D6 plus, is it D3 plus 2? D3 plus 2.
So 4.
Defense 4, so.
2. And vicious.
Good job too.
Yeah. 4 wounds. Counts as 5 for shattering.
Yeah, sure.
That one.
I think this one's got to shoot the people in the woods. It's got a choice.
Yes. Those ones there. So
What's the
Unicorn. It's an individual, so you'll be -2 to hit.
all
that.
right.
So
I'll
you
go for the guys next to them then.
hit, yeah. So 6s.
1 hit.
Okay.
2, 4.
Yeah. Sure.
Defense.
5.
So 3s. 1 wound.
Turn 1, turn 2,
It's turn 1 and Rusty got.
I got
Rusty got
So this is the first half.
Okay, first hand, first turn.
I think this one I can see your Flappy Boy. That one can see that Flappy Boy. So Flappy Boy. No hits on Flappy Boy. He's not an individual anyway, is he?
No, he's not.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. That's my turn. So
No, so you can't do anything to those because they're dash 17. But
Okay.
you need 8 to wave a 10 to rout these guys.
you've included
Including
the
the shattering.
7, missed it by 1.
Okay.
Your turn 1.
Thank you. Right. Okay.
You are more than welcome.
That won't surprise you at all.
Are they nimble?
Yes, they are.
We're just going to have to wait there till the end of your second turn.
Yes.
14.
Yeah.
About 7 surge.
And I can't surge because they're building the way.
Those guys. Forward into cover.
Yeah.
Right, you've cunningly placed them out of charge range, so. They'd end up there.
The charge is 14.
Yes, I'm out of 14 of those. I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet.
I thought you were going to fly over the top and score the objective. Wait for it to.
But then I'm going to get shot by all 3 of those.
Yeah. That's why they're all hanging around there. Such a long time. We used to play each other every event, didn't we?
Right, so if I tuck myself in there, you won't be able to see me.
Is that the individual guy? The flyer?
Yeah. I'm even aligned him properly.
Wow.
So he can go straight along. So nothing can see him there.
It's perfectly safe, yeah.
Definitely can't see that.
It's only got 12-inch range. But it does move, so effectively it's 16. So I might.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Sure.
I'm not going to move that far.
Okay. I don't want you to be misled or anything.
So my leader points out in the woods. So you don't have cover. At least for my position. You wouldn't have cover. Check a couple of things. So I'm out of 16 of him. I'm out of 16 of that.
Yep.
And I'm just in range. Yeah, just in range. So how far away are you here?
About 12 inches, I think.
So I want to go forward a little bit, but not too far. I'm going to shuffle forwards. And I'm going to line them up as well. Regen on here.
Oh yeah.
One damage. No, I'm not even going to put them in the woods. No, I am. I'm going to put the leader point in the woods because they're the same height as these. So you can't see
them. You know full well I want to see your knights out, Davis. You know full well that's what I'm trying to do.
Yes, I do know that. Let's shuffle him that way a little bit. I need to be able to pivot him in the shooting space. He's got plenty, I mean, he was there, so he's got plenty of movement.
Yeah, no worries.
Right, okay, so he's going to, in the shooting phase, he's going to pivot and do a spell and heal those. Okay. So heal 2, and he's got Conjure Staff, so he can re-roll a fail. I got 1 success.
Does the Conjure Staff blow up and do wounds?
No.
That's a shame. Should do, shouldn't it? Well, this time, well, no, because George wrote it on my sheet, and you don't need to see it to confirm.
And this guy's going to lightly block the fire thrower.
Oh!
So force. It's not a great shot, but 3 hits. Defense
only 4.
Defense 4. Okay,
Yeah,
so 3. 2 wounds.
2 wounds. You can do it on that. It's only a little gun.
And that is all my shooting. So
10, 12.
Nah.
Not even waivers.
Yours.
My turn 2. Turn 2. Oh,
What? Sorry. What? Do you mind if I move him? I completely forgot to move him.
Yeah, move him. See that? See that? I want a best sporting award for that. I was going to charge him with my grotesqueness. I'll bet him preferential treatment later when I can come. Is he able to back up far enough?
Yeah, you can back up 5. So there you go. I am done now.
Okay. My turn 2?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's all right.
I was thinking about it and then I just never did it.
Is it the end of my turn 2 or the end of turn 2?
Turn 2. So it's your turn 2. You can do yours. It's my turn 2. I can do mine. So yeah, you can claim that one.
I'm going to pivot so that everyone's in the front.
Yeah, that's easy enough.
I wonder if there's no one here.
They can see the lights now. I'm going to back up a bit. I'm going to turn to move forward. Stay there. Now I should be able to see him. Yeah.
I couldn't.
You could move him sideways and backwards.
I didn't have enough space.
Yeah. I know the feeling. So he's going to have to stay there to get the point for that.
Yeah.
So he's out of it for a turn. And he can't see me either, though, because of the way you put in the forest, the building. To prevent me surging on you, you can't yet see me. So I'm all right hanging on there for the moment. So those are going to move forward. So So that building is also sitting in my flank.
Yeah.
If I can move forward, if they haven't moved their full by a long way. 8th of March. I don't want to go 8 inches, so I'm going to use 5 on the line. So that's definitely within their 8 inches. That's definitely in their 5.
Yeah, it's definitely out of 16. I'll make sure of that.
Yes. I was just double checking. Bracky will come forward the line. The sorcerer goes forward. He'll move into the shooting. This one's going to shoot the villains again, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, so 6 is this time because you're in cover.
Yeah. Got one. The other one would have been a hit if you weren't in cover. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2s. 5 wounds. Plus shattering. This one, I see the unit of knights, we shoot the unit of knights. 1 hit.
I didn't realise you could see the knights. That's fair. It's fine. I don't believe you.
That's why I moved them back. 1, 2, 3, 4. The rest of the knights, 5 and messing. The 3s with vicious. Failed. 3 wounds. This one at the flying guy.
Yep.
2 hits. Sorry, David.
That's all right.
5 and 4, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Defense 5. 3s. Nothing. 5 wounds.
Too bad, considering how many hits you got.
Yeah, counting as 6. So I'll roll the nerve check on that guy.
Yep.
So 6, 14.
Waving. He's headstrong. So
You might get over it. Probably will get over it. The peasants are on.
they're on 9 plus the shattering, so you need 5 to kill them, basically.
Yeah.
There's no inspiring near them.
I've got no combat.
No.
Oh, a nerve check. Drink one, fishy then.
I might have in a minute.
What would you like? I'll go get it.
I wouldn't mind either like a. They do hot drinks like a tea, but if not, then just some water. Only cold drink, just some water. Please.
You carry on once you've done your move.
Just
Start when everything's down to 1,
and regen. Thank you very much. So all I've done is just double charge there, move those there, so that mortar can't see him.
Yes.
I'll roll my regen for those 2 units now that you're back. I didn't want to do that while you weren't here. I would have trusted you. So 3 on the knights, 1 back. I know you would, but I still wouldn't do. And on the flyer, 4 back.
Scary. Let's see if we actually get anything. Not enough USB controllable resources. I think there might be, but we'll see. Did somebody suddenly perked up there? And he's typing, so maybe. I can't see it coming through yet, so we're on a delay. You can hear me? Awesome. Right, well, if you want to come and join me, sorted. It looks like our commentary has now come live. Woohoo! Right, so, oh gosh, what a day. Pass me a bottle of gin, I think, because the wine that I'm on is just not doing enough. But, yeah, Rusty is advancing well across the table here. The scenario is raise. This, I believe, is now turn 3. I can't see the clock on this myself at the second, so I'm just going to quickly move on to the other screen. No, they've actually put the clock at the other side this time. The last game, I could actually see the clock, so that was working well. But it is David Fletcher's beautiful Green Lady Army and Rusty's Abysmal Dwarves. I do love Rusty's painting, but Abysmal Dwarves are just nasty.
And the other thing
Yeah, it must be Rusty to roll at the second. I'm not sure if Mark's going to make it back over here to chat to me shortly and help me with this, but we will do the best that we can until I think. Thank you so much. So, right, that was our lovely store manager in the venue who's just come across and given us some price support, which is amazing. As usual, you know, everywhere we go, we get all sorts. The guys that are playing this weekend, there are trophies. The top 3 places will get an army pack of their choice from Mantic. Our prize support that has come in from Battlefield Hobbies is absolutely fabulous, and yeah, that's doing really well. But we are now. Rusty's just got 2 hits. I can hear it from here. Maximum of 10. Okay.
So his mortar's a bloody hit. And he's saying 3s with glee.
Yeah, Rusty is in a happy place. We can see the smile on
Yeah,
him.
he looks straight into Pearson's eyes and Fletcher's eyes and goes 9 wounds.
Yeah, poor Dave. I do love the fact, and nobody can actually see it on the table, but half of these guys have got medals round the neck for having turned up this weekend. Rusty's is dangling and glinting in the lights. And I do love the fact, you know, so much pride in the fact that they're here for some of them, which is great.
That's it. Well, it's an achievement to get into Monsters.
Certainly is.
And so let's not take anything away from anyone. To get into Masters is a massive achievement.
Definitely.
And it's the longest season we've ever had.
And it's definitely been the toughest season, really, just in a lot of different ways. It's been mentally challenging for so many, especially our top players who were like, I want to be able to do stuff, I can't get out and do stuff. Yeah. And then you're physically coping with the anxieties and the things that have gone in hand with lockdown. So to actually get people back around tables, get people playing, throwing dice, this is great.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, and you've got different levels of anxiety even in the room, and the players here today.
There is. Some people won't take off masks. Some people will. Obviously, the shop is. It has got a risk assessment, but it does state that it is mask use in the shop.
Yeah.
So people could be in here without masks on. It is a personal choice once you've got to your table.
Oh, and I think it's also people's natural anxiety levels and all that. And then it's just been, I think it's great. It's great for people. It's great for the community.
Ooh, what's Dave doing here? Suddenly just spotted. We've got a big movement across here. Double charge on. Are there golems?
Oh, yeah, he's choking him up. He doesn't want Rusty to burn the tokens on his end.
Well, that's a sneaky use in the corner of the wood back there, isn't it, for him? But it is Order of the Green Lady, and I must admit, last season they needed the boost.
Yeah.
So.
And Dave's using them in 21 rules, not 22 rules.
Yeah, this is 21 rules.
So pre-buff.
Can't use the buff here, so he's actually attempting to take on, that wall of 5s and 6s in defence.
Yeah.
With very little really to come back at. So, yeah, it's quite a clash of titans really in a good way. It's messy. Well, saying that, it's always messy. But yeah, man, where are we going with this guy on his? Oh, we're going to be all. No, he's keeping inspiring in range. That's what he's doing, isn't he? That's an inspiring unit being moved to make sure that he's within so many inches.
Oh, he's taking on one of the war engines to try and take out the threat.
I must admit, that was a shocker when we went through the list the other night, the number of war engines there were.
Yeah.
I didn't think, because there were not that many war engines used during the season, really.
No.
I know in my tournament, your own Mark.
Not many. Rusty
Rusty
always has
does.
them. But
He's always a 3 war engine guy.
yeah, but no, generally very low amount of war engines.
And yeah,
Come to Masters, and I think it's only very few lists don't have war engines.
it feels a little bit like everybody saved up their list specifically to come here and try and give it their best shot. And this is the most nasty list they can possibly come up with for some reason.
Oh, yeah.
Some people have come up with stuff that is obviously there to just be fun, and other people have come up with lists that are hideous. Absolutely hideous.
Oh, there is absolute sickness in this Masters.
I would not want to face some of these lists. I really wouldn't. Although looking at some of the pictures and some of the different stuff that's painted out on tables, it's like, that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, there is not an unpainted model, let alone army.
There's not even an unpainted base, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Right, okay. What's David now doing? That's closed in at the side. That doesn't look good. I'm going to quickly run over to the table and have a look over the shoulders for a second.
Cool.
Because that's one problem of us being out of the way for people being able to hear us, is that we can't actually hear what's going on the table very well. Especially as the room's getting louder and louder, with everybody having a great deal of in-game angst, I think.
Yeah.
I can see a few faces that are...
Sweating.
yeah, quite a bit. Right, anyway, I shall hop over and
Cool.
okay, so we have currently David is rolling the elementals here
All right,
in the
bottom,
centre.
the three at the bottom. Yep.
And
Three at bottom centre. Yep.
top.
Oh, top centre. Yep.
Excuse me, sorry, I'm in my throat at the moment. And they're on turn. I think we said the top end of 3.
Wow.
So it'll be 4 in a second.
Excellent,
Went
very
first. Yeah. The grotesque has been taken off. The stuff that we couldn't see was this side of the castle. So we can't
left hand side of the screen. Basically, there's another couple of inches which a unit or so can get through. And there's a whole battle going off there.
And I just asked if we could move the clock up, and we can just barely see it on the left hand of the screen.
Oh yeah. And it's on top of a tower, so that's how much of it. We've got a good, probably about just under 12 inches of table we can't quite see.
There's 12 inches of table, sadly, that we can't see. I am going to have to go and get a drink to clear my throat, I'm afraid.
That's all right.
Especially at the moment, trying to cough. Everybody's like, no, God, no. My throat is dry as
Just tabbed it to the other screen just so hopefully we can see a bit clearer and everyone can still hear us.
We can see clearer, that helps. Right, I've brought the drink over here, so hopefully in a second my throat will clear. And if not, I'll be slurring my words, which I probably already am.
No, not yet.
I'm not convinced. If I'm not slurring my words yet, there's something severely wrong.
Or you're just tolerant.
That could be it, yeah. Probably can't. I can hope.
So,
But Mark was on the headphones and didn't say when we finally got it. So, what's your name? Oh, my little jacket and
Rusty's trying to work out what the opponent's going to charge or what he can charge. So yeah, straight into the flank. And it lines up, so that should be one dead water elemental. Horde.
And exceptionally dead elementals there. Yeah. If that's not dead, then we've got a critical double one going on.
That's a lot, yeah.
There is.
One, double one.
Yeah.
So has Dave actually burnt his tokens yet?
This isn't the one where you can, is it?
Yeah, it's raised.
Oh, it's Raze, is it? Yeah, it is Raze. Duh. Gosh, my head today, with everything that's gone on, I knew that you can pick up the ones at the other side.
Yeah, you can't pick up
Yeah.
your ones.
You don't get anything for the ones on your side, do you?
No.
I didn't think you could do anything to the ones on your side in this.
No.
I'm thinking of Salt the Earth, aren't I?
Yes. Yeah. So you can't touch the ones on your side. You don't even get them to actually get VP, but you can prevent the opponent getting
From
VP.
getting to them. Yeah.
The one in the centre you can't burn, but the one on the opponent's side you basically burn and collect.
So obviously this one up here on the right hand side of the screen just behind the castle, David's trying to stop.
Defend, stop.
Yeah, stop Rusty getting to it.
Yeah. I'm just going to quick look at the table to see where the others are.
Now, there were two that were at this side, and they've both been either collected or burnt.
Yeah.
So, something has happened to the two that
it looks
were...
like this one's about to get collected or defended by Rusty.
I would imagine that's defended because that's Rusty's side of the table. Can you burn them on your side of the table? I didn't think so. Yeah, it has to be.
Challenge and not have. If he's got a unit strength there, he needs to have unit strength 2 or more. Oh.
This is me, have alcohol, try to remember how to play a scenario. It's probably why I'm not in the Masters. I know I wasn't far off it. I was like 9 places in the end, but that's still a big gap between the guys that are in here and where I was. And it's looking at some of the serious faces all around here.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking at Dan and Tom and John and Simon on the main tables and thinking that's a little uncomfortable over there. They're all picking their way through stuff and
the thing is, it's an easy table.
Yeah, we said this morning. You sit back and you look for the game and you think, well, if I lose, I'm going to play somebody that's...
Yeah.
And it's like, not here at all. There isn't a chance that you're going to end up with a game where you don't have to put 100% in. And I must admit, would love to come do Masters and just to say they've done it. But this is so intense. The looks on faces, and we're only on game 2. I'm sat here looking at some of these faces and thinking, Matt Hobday down there looks in a complete bamboozled.
Oh yeah.
I know he's here as best of race.
But then he's playing the best of race as well.
He certainly is playing best of race again.
I just had to give Nick Williams a hug because he rolled so badly and then we got one.
Oh, Nick. We have got the mic working, so you are kind of live with us here, George. Feel free to scoot in if you like. We can all scoot up.
I think if you're interested in the other games, I've been wandering around and it looks like Tom has got into John Gunn's Goblins. The War Machines are still unmolested, but they don't have too many targets. Tom's blocking a lot of lines of sight. Rob Phipps has got a big win on the flank against Bob. John Quayle's just
Okay.
Rob Hudson's not looking happy about it.
Well, Rob Burley lost to Dan a minute ago,
Yeah.
so the fact that he's getting a good pummeling off Mr. Quayle, that bodes well.
I don't think it's over yet, but I think John's certainly happy. Mike Smith is causing Nick Sparringer a lot of problems. There's just so much to chew through. But he did just get charged in the rear by a Chimera, so
You did say
depends
you
what
saw
comes
it,
after. Yeah.
but Mike had his first game. You know, that wasn't a big win by any stretch.
True. It's true. And I think it looks to me like Matt Loveday was in amongst Grant as well.
There weren't many dice taken off there. That's looking positive for Rusty. So I don't know where he's just rolled. And then went back into the pot. Is this going to be
Water Elemental's defence. They're 4 or 5. Water Elemental's defence.
5.
bye-bye Water Elementals? They've just gone. We thought they would.
We knew that
That was expected.
The big thing, I don't know if it was streaming at the time, was the War Machines shooting off the flying flank guys that were coming after them.
The problem was
down
it
on
was
that side.
Oh, right, okay.
There was a big nasty hit and took out a Regiment of Knights and a Pegasus in one turn.
Ouch.
Kept the War Machines alive for another turn, so that's going to affect things in the middle.
yeah, it certainly will. I know Rusty's lost his grotesques, which he was really upset by, and I don't believe that we saw that on here. We have got about the book that we can't get onto the screen.
Yeah, I don't think there's actually anything happening over there.
There isn't now,
Yeah.
but they did have 2 objective markers right where we couldn't see them.
I'll go and check this out.
Oh, thank you. We're all at it with the coffee now.
I know.
And I don't think it's anything.
No, mine's
drastic. I think-
smokers.
Well, mine's probably the same, to be honest. But I think it's just dry throat and keeping going always there. So, really, lack of alcohol should be a problem.
That's
would
it.
Would you like a beer? Stupid question, but I have got some
might have a
Newcastle
beer.
Browns.
I haven't had a Nuki Brown for decades.
Right, well, I should go and get you one.
All right, cool.
Well, see young fridge over there that my lovely friend Martin has installed specially for me last night. He moved it all the way from here down to there for me. It's got about 9 Newcastle Browns.
Ah, cool. There was an exasperated Nick Davies cry out there from a few tables across the road. So it's either rolled poorly against Mike Smith or Mike Smith rolled well against him. And there's a headstrong roll. The thing is going to roll in. So they've been burning their tokens.
Yeah, so it's 2 each at the moment, and there is 1 token underneath the, I think it's Order of Redemption by the Impossible, and there's 1 behind the logs on the left of the screen.
Behind the
Over there. Okay.
And then the one in the
Is that a
middle,
wound counter then?
that's a wound counter, yeah. The one in the middle is pretty much underneath. It's by the regiment of dwarves in the middle.
So it's not just all over the middle then. It's all about can Dave Fletcher get his stuff over to the left-hand side to claim that. So it then becomes a 3-2. And then it's about the centre and whether or not Rusty's can claim it a 3-3 to a 4-3. Still, anyone's. Oh, I think they're finding out.
Yeah.
Is he in the flank? Is he not in the flank? Can he actually move around the flank?
Yeah, George is in there letting them know.
Yeah.
This doesn't look right, that doesn't look right. Bobby's he went over at the right moment there.
Yeah.
I'll let him come back in and have some space again. It's
So
all
what
right.
was the
No,
TO
you're
ruling?
okay. No.
Oh,
Gosh, oh, golly. That goes in, that goes round. Okay, so David's.
oh yeah, he's spit roasting it.
How rude. What can we say?
He's 14, 16.
Gosh.
So we can't just down.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, you're more than welcome to the beer. More than welcome to the beer.
It's a total fluke. I didn't even think about that.
But I must admit, there is not a lot of David's stuff left on the.
All he needs to do is get that token, the one on the left,
So one on
and the
left
centre.
by the
It's all about
castle,
centre.
and the centre. Right. So the ones that have been raised, have we found out who raised them?
They both got it's 2-2 at the moment.
So 2-2
The one which Rusty needs to do is
is behind that unit of cavalry right next to the.
water elementals. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're essentially sitting on it. The one Dave needs to do is behind the flying one, which just reared one of Rusty units.
Well, the Rusty units are quite mean, so I'm assuming that that is the one on the far right-hand side.
Not this one.
Oh, right, next to the wall by the trees, under the other side of the castle.
Yeah. So where he's just spit roasted one, if he kills it, he just turns around and claims and burns that token and gets the VB for it. And then it's all about the centre for Dave and stopping Rusty getting his final other token.
So really,
If he doesn't, Rusty's going to steam through this, claim his other one, and then
come out on top.
yeah.
Absolutely no way that it can be taken from that point because of the full VP as well.
Yeah. Well, the only thing, you can't burn that one yet, so you can't burn the centre one until the end of the game.
Well, we've got the back of Tom Robinson's leg keeps appearing under the corner. I wonder what that was for a second. That's Tom Robinson's foot.
Oh, he's doing the lovers kickback.
Yeah, he's doing the lovers kickback. He's being thoughtful. There he goes again.
Whoopsie daisy.
Oh well. It's nice to be able to see two games at once, even if you're not. So around here we go. We've got the answers going on there. I hope George has been kind enough to say to them to stop the clock.
Yeah.
Although I very much doubt that there's going to be timing out happening here.
Not with Rusty.
Compared to the oh no, I have had Rusty time out when he's played me,
Oh wow.
and that was pre-lockdown. Yeah, Rusty doesn't need to look up. His glasses do it.
Oh no.
Bless him, he is such a sweetheart. I love playing Rusty. It's one of my favourite games because you just sit there and you're like backwards and forwards, and it's always
Oh, it's a love. You can have an evil game, but it's a chilled game.
definitely. And it's always an evil game when it fetches the abysmal.
Yeah.
I can't call it abysmal.
So I think it's Brachybaka, the brown cavalry base,
Yep.
right in the middle.
Okay, so
It's in line with the front of the logs, and also essentially only a nudge disengaged from the water elementals.
right.
So Steve, not Steve, sorry, it's David, isn't it? David wanted to sidestep the water elementals so he could then surge into the logs. But because he's within 1 inch, he has to finish his turn further away than he started from the enemy unit, so he can't just sidestep because then he'd be the same distance away. So I just had to check that it was further away, not the same distance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the old rules it definitely was. I know
So what he
with
can
the
do
latest
instead,
you can now,
Yeah.
as long as you're finishing more than an inch away.
but it has to be further away than he started, so he can't just go sideways. What he can do though is charge Brachybaka with a tiny infinitesimal angle,
And then it ends up in the front.
so that if he overruns, he gets a flank on the logs if he manages to get the individual over.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's unlikely he will back. He's quite tough. I don't know.
That's a lovely box of prizes that's just been brought across
Brilliant.
by
We've got some bonus prizes.
yeah.
Lovely.
I did stuff for using for certain positions that we've got. They're quite happy to donate to us.
Lovely. So yeah,
So,
that,
yeah.
I would say we're definitely in advantage Rusty at the moment.
Yeah. I think the key part is if Dave beats the Horde where he spit roasted it, he can then go claim that,
Yeah.
and then it's all about the centre and stopping Rusty getting that. That's his chance. If he
Yeah.
doesn't kill that unit, it's Rusty.
Yeah. I'm not quite sure what turn they're on at the moment, but it must be 4 or 5.
They were at least 4.
Oh,
I think we've gone on to
oh.
5 now. Oh yes. Yeah.
Looks like they're gone.
Now Dave's got a chance.
Yeah,
That was
Dave.
his chance.
So that's going to be 3-2.
And Dave was very quick to point that out because Rusty was happy to move on there.
Yeah.
I can't say I blame Rusty. We were saying before, in the Masters, there is just not a chance of getting a game where you're going to have an easy game. There is not.
And it's any other event, you'll be surprised at the scoring people got. Because it's like, oh, well, only that.
Yeah.
But against who people are playing, it's going to be tight scoring regardless.
Well, we all sat there before when Tom's results came in, and you're like, might really draw that out.
Yeah.
That it was a very, very good game. Very good indeed. And yeah, I see we've got a bum-to-bum going on over there again, as I have pointed out before, of the Moonrakers. The last tables they were on was bum-to-bum, and we've done it again.
So they're playing cheek to cheek again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can have a look around the other tables.
Cool.
no worries.
Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying it?
If you want a break for a minute, you're more than welcome.
I'm going to have a ciggy if that's all right. I'm going to have a piss first, then ciggy.
I did well. Yeah.
I'm telling live. I'm telling the world. I'm going to have a piss. There you go.
Okay, sweetheart. See you in a few. As long as I don't have to do anything else. Right, come on. Let's see how this plays out, because those elementals have got a wide open flank. I'm quite surprised that Rusty didn't turn himself so that the elementals couldn't go into the flank. I know he's tried to claim an objective token that's just at the other side of the elementals, and he will want to use the flank, but he's left his own flank open. Unless something's about to change. Yeah, here we go. He's going in the flank. So the little unit at the front must be something of David's. That's an old one. Right. So Rusty now has claim on the centre, but he's just given his backside to David. That I don't understand. Unless I'm looking at Rusty's unit the wrong way around. And it's really hard to tell. I can't do it. I can't do that without you guys losing feed. So I shall have to see if I can wave George down. George! Not going to find out. Right, I'm going to give you 3 seconds on your own, guys. I'm sure it'll not be long. But I need to know which way around.
Only get one of them against the
Right, so the unit that actually looks backwards of Rusty's is facing the cavalry and defending that token. I couldn't see Rusty turning his back on cavalry. There was no way I could see that. And both guys are now under 15. He can just barely make it out in the left-hand corner. So the wounds are going on where it counts. Bye-bye, David, to the unit there. So Rusty is starting to really look like he's got this in the bag now. Although it might be better going round. Oh. Right, so we've just done a full 180 there. Right. So Rusty's trying to decide where's best for him. He's just done a 180. Is Greater Abyssal, who is taking things out there. Yeah, Rusty's. Rusty's just caused another wound there, and he's trying to combat now. Bless him. No, he just failed that roll only by a point or so because he wanted a re-roll on it because it would have made a difference. Right. Next unit, and he's got a lead. 8 elite rolls here apparently. I can hear in the background. That's a lot of ones, but yeah. So that didn't happen. So this is obviously a flank. So we're rolling the soul again. He knows he's got 4 hits. Hindered and elite. As he's run into the trees. No, just into rough terrain here. Oh, he got an extra out of that slate. It's only one. Sometimes you do wonder why you take these things, but you know. 7 wounds on that particular side. That looked like a double 6 to me. And I think we've got the debate going on, asking about.
Plus 4, so 12, so 7 is 19 then.
Right, so no, it might have been a double 1. Two digits on the top. Not managed to see them both plainly when Rusty's rolled them, so that could have been a double 1, which would be a shame.
I got very good options.
Now David's had to go to the other side of the board to actually measure out where he wants to go here. So this is movement of one of his Pegasi. Or is it his unicorn? Now I do remember we sat there and looked at the unicorn earlier on the list and thought, it's an interesting addition. I'm just going to quickly run over again. Yes, I didn't need to run far there. That is the unicorn that's going back on from the far side of the table. Now, we did sit there and think it was an interesting choice. David obviously knows his Green Lady stuff very well and has chosen for how he plays. And he's backing up there in the middle, but he still needs to get himself in and get rid of all the threats on that centrepiece. Because at the moment, they are both equal. We currently have a draw. Right. So the elementals going back in there. Cavalry back in the trees. Individual for inspiring at the side of the elementals. I think that's an individual. Can't actually tell. Because I'm pretty sure that that's just a marker counter for where an individual's been on that base. All the bases are nice and flat, gratefully. We do have, obviously, beautiful terrain. The blocking terrain is blocking, can't get on it. But the hills are a nice shape, and, you know, the areas of the forest and difficult terrain are just perfect. Definitely nice. Right, go on. Okay, so I've just heard 4s needed on this occasion. Which will probably have been Bane Chandler. I can barely hear them from this side of the room, but there are little bits and snippets that I can hear of the conversation over at the table. Right, okay, this is another set of 4s he's needing. So anything being taken out, it's not going to be 4s. It's always swingy, but that is more than your average. That's more than half. Okay, well, yeah, that works well for David. Yeah, 4s and 3s, I think I just heard said there. So this time to be 3s. That's not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. And yeah, time for the roll. Let's see how we do. Once and then again twice, I think that was. Do we need a second? Oh no, we're doing the other attack. Is that another attack? Did we just roll nerve or did we double one? That's awful. I really wish I could see close to these dice. I want to be able to get in close for the dice. There are sheets here, but there is a Google form online. If you can use the Google form online, feel free. If you can use it rather than, it would be good, but see how we go. Sorry, I'm just getting people asking me about scoring now. It seems that everybody else has disappeared at the moment. So not only am I in the far corner of the room, I'm getting asked about scoring. People are finishing games. Oh dear me. So much fun.
Yeah. Right then, they are in the flank, are they not? Yes. So they go to the flank. He stays in there.
I understand. So you might.
Okay, so David's just adjusting positioning here. He now has got.
I understand.
He's opened up a flank and he's opened up his centre by the looks of that. I think they're just agreeing exactly what angles they've given. Okay, so Rusty's 90. Well, no, it was 180 when he finished off. Has just done a movement and 90. Okay, something tells me that there is going to be some surge involved in this.
He's been up and down.
Because he's not going to keep that big fella sat all the way back there when it can blow him to the front. But David is actually taking liberties and advantage, which is quite a surprise. Because Order of the Green Lady really did struggle. I know while we were sat there on the podcast the other night, we were sat there and saying it's beautiful stuff, but it's very hard to see it doing well against defence 5 and 6. It's just so difficult because this is the old rules. This is not the current stuff. So if David's doing this well now, I think we'll be seeing him placing higher and not just being best in race for the next tournament, which would be very interesting. Next tournament, the next Masters. But then I've also seen quite a few people. Doing a bit of debating again here. Yeah, Rusty's looking a little bit on the flustered side here now, so he's trying his best to pull things back. But they have got to the point where the lists are coming out and they are checking each other's figures and where everything is and how they're doing everything. Well, the wound counter just got changed there, whether that's a regen or. But Rusty is looking sadly depleted here. He's got the one main unit on that centerpiece, and there is very, very little that he can back it up with, because the other guys are all going to get in there now. I think this is the debate. How many can we fit in? Can we fit that many in? I think he's okay to take the live forms, George. So if the live forms, I think he's posted online for any of the competitors or in the chat group. Okay. Right. Yeah. I can see agitated fingers at the top end of the board there, just playing away with the dice, and I can't say that I blame anybody for being agitated. There's very little time left on the clock there. We are getting lower and lower quite quickly. Definitely not as low as the previous game that timed out in turn 4 for Grant. But everybody's pushing each other to an extreme. Right, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of things happening here, it seems. Not sure what just got rolled there, but I think it is to do with the individual in the flank of the horse calf, and I think the horse calf are about to get time. First roll, yeah, I think that sounds right. No, they're inspired, so they're still there. It's gone out for a Siggy.
I was just going to start putting some scores in, but I can't if he's locked his computer.
I think what's happened is it's just timed itself out. But welcome back across, and we are still live, obviously. So, yeah, Rusty is currently holding on really tight here. Water Elementals, Cavalry. That's what the objective was. And then you've got two individuals, I think, here, Golem.
So
Rusty's just managed to take away the Water Elementals. So Rusty's just taken the giant Water Elemental unit out. But as soon as this set of cavalry charge in to the front of Rusty's goal.
It's going to be a big sandwich there, isn't it?
It is. Well, we're going to have a flank come in here. And
Yeah. There's that just in case.
see you later. Take care, honey. Lovely to catch up with you again. And enjoy. I'm going to have to catch up with you properly at some point.
Yeah,
One of these occasions.
yeah. I think you're going to Steve's one in
Definitely.
Already?
Yeah, I would. Surprised how many people you get to meet during war games.
I assume they would.
There you go, big multi-charge. Wonder if David's got enough time on his clock.
They're getting very close.
It's like
They
1 minute
are.
from here, but I'm not sure if that's really correct.
It's going down, and I think that is in. It's definitely in the single figures, and we are very rushed now. Although he's not rushing himself too much, so it might not be as low as we're thinking.
It looks like 5 minutes for Rusty and less, 1 or just less. Can't
Oh,
tell.
actually, that might actually be a 6.
That's true, it might be.
That does look like it's got a bit.
I think he'd be rushing a bit more if it was 1 minute.
Yeah, I think if it was a minute. Just gonna keep that.
So even with them being logs, that's
Thank you.
not looking good for Rusty.
It's not looking good at all. How good does he have? I know we're still going to commentate on this.
Yeah, so I think Nick Davies has lost to Mike Smith. Steve Hildrew has really pushed Nick Williams right back. So Steve's taken all 3 objectives and Nick hasn't taken any. I just saw Nick get a corkscrew charge though onto some, I think it's a Revenant Horde, which might change things up on one side.
You can never count either of those
But I
guys out,
don't
really.
think Nick's going to have enough time to get all the objectives back. So I'd say Steve's probably got that one. And similar, Matt Hobday's kept 1 objective alive and taken all the ones off, like Grant, I think. Didn't get a chance to look over the other side. I wonder. I actually got asked for some judgments and things. So.
Yeah, I saw you picking up the books.
Yeah.
We did see the FAQ come out. And, yeah. No, we have been kind of watching the room while doing everything, and obviously
just in front
Mark
of
just
us.
needed a break.
Yeah, just in front of us, it looks like.
Chris and Steve.
Yeah, it looks like Steve's got a lot of stuff still going in the middle.
Yeah, Steve looks like he's holding all the counters, to be honest. I can see a couple of Trident Realms pieces making moves towards counters.
I think it's Fiends, maybe, not sure.
Just burnt one, so
It's hard to
yeah,
tell.
Chris has just picked a piece up. Oh, now I just heard a squeak over there. Mr. Phipps has gone to stand next to Rusty. That's just so unfair.
Well, I think Rob beat Bob. I think that was what Bob was saying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'd heard. He did kind of semi-whisper it to me before. But no, I was thinking Rob's standing there by Rusty giving him team support. It's
yes.
like still in game.
Yeah, his feet are not as bright as mine, so you can't see them.
I'm loving
just there in the edge.
I'm loving the Tom Robinson kickback. That's the proper heel kickback. Because it's Tom's leg that keeps
Got
going
you.
up here.
There goes the logs from the middle. I think we can probably call this one for David.
I think David has now got this. There is not a great deal left to play for. You know,
That's one unit of redemption and one unit of brotherhood, I think. So
well, I must admit, we did sit there and say, you know, Brotherhood has not had an easy run of any of the games. And this matchup against Defence 5 and 6 really didn't expect it to do well. Personally, don't know about anybody else, but personally, I felt it
but
probably
the removing the logs has been multi-charges, isn't it? Flanks as well as fronts.
Oh, fist bump there. They've obviously finished. I think Bob, can you just ask final outcome on the top table, please? And we saw the fist bump, and I think we can pretty much say that, yeah, we thought so. So, yeah, confirmed there. Oh, it was a 4-3 to David there. Okay, guys, we shall give you a break for a while, and we will be back online shortly.